Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to the Wrestling Paradox Podcast. And what a beautiful day it is because I am back. I'm back. Oh, it's so nice to be inside once again. That's what she said. Hey, can I ask you a question really quick?
Sure.
Did you know that Waylon Jennings looks like a friend of ours? And Waylon Jennings sings a song that says, "Don't let your babies grow up to be cowboys," which is very interesting because we have a cowboy tonight. But we're gonna
I'm here to do cowboy shit.
You're gonna do cowboy shit. Is it a cowboy or a Wrangler? I don't know. Either way, ladies and gentlemen, you know who I am. You know who that is. And we got some people inside the Paradox tonight. What's up, Chris Thrasher?
What's up?
Man, I gotta
good to have you back.
Thank you. I gotta get back in the groove of this. I don't remember like what to do with my hands or like what do I say in what order. So I'm gonna be all over the place tonight, and that's fine. But I do have to make sure that I get out the fact that M&J Ecological is still your sponsor for the podcast. I know Chris Slawson, Miami Mike's cousin, has been throwing it out there for us. We truly appreciate that. You can reach Marcus at M&J Ecological to get rid of all your pest needs, iguanas, whatever you have, chongas in your front yard, whatever you want to get rid of in Miami, he can get rid of. 305-697-2258. Did I get the number right? 305-697-2258?
Yep, right. You did. I sing it as a song in my head.
Yeah, right. And also, don't forget to follow CCW Coastal Championship Wrestling on Twitter at CCWFL. They are the longest running territory in the South Florida region. So if you want to become a wrestler, usually what you do is you pack up your shit and you move to Florida, unless you're from like Des Moines or something like Seth Rollins. But you usually come to Florida and you become a wrestler. So when you do that, you come to Florida and you call CCW. Make sure you guys reach out to Nelio and Dan. They've been running the school for a long time and been producing a lot of big names. And well, first of all, hello, Miami Mike. We want to appreciate you coming.
That's Chris Slawson.
Oh, that's Chris Slawson.
Miami Mike is his cousin.
I know. I get it fucked up all the time. What's up, Chris Slawson?
Hey guys, I was wondering. I was looking on the screens to see if he was here. I don't think he owns a computer, but
who's that?
I'm here.
You're here.
Miami. I don't think Miami.
No, he doesn't.
No, we have Collier County Chris.
Collier County Chris is who you call in the Florida boys family to do all your technical needs.
Yeah.
Collier County Chris.
Miami Mike is mini Matt Justice.
Well, so the reason we're here tonight, and we mentioned CCW just a minute ago, we have one of their students, and I can't even say students anymore. This guy has become one of their stars and one of the fan favorites. And we were having a conversation, and I told somebody, even this guy wasn't around at the time when I was having this conversation, but I said, I feel like this wrestler, the one that we're about to talk to now, probably had one of the biggest years from Summer Glory 13 to as of recent Summer Glory 14. He's had one of the biggest years in CCW. There were two other guys there with Vic Arson and Chris Farrow, who I thought had great years, but this man really stood out. He had his ultimate win at Bash at the Brew against Alex Ocean, which we are going to dig into here momentarily. But we want to welcome to the show the one, the only, the Wrangler, long overdue, Nick Turner.
Long overdue indeed, man. I've been waiting for this, you guys, and get a load of that mustache.
Yeah, some things have changed. I've been in the gym. I've been growing facial hair, getting tattooed. I mean, it's just I hit the midlife crisis at this point. So the mustache.
He bought a white van. He bought a white van, fills it with candy.
I live down by the river.
Mm-hmm.
Right, definitely windowless van for sure.
Yes, yeah. Nick Turner, how have you been?
I like the man stash, brother. I like it. I might have to do mine like that.
Thank you.
Hey man, I've been good. Staying busy, and just trying to work towards the next opportunity, man.
Well,
just stay in the ring is all. I want to stay wrestling. I want to wrestle every week if I can.
No, for sure, definitely. We want to see you wrestle every week. Like I said earlier, and it wasn't just blowing smoke because you're here on the show, man. You've had one of the biggest years in CCW. You went from basically, you were that guy in last year's Battle Royal who just got knocked out of nowhere and nobody really knew who you were to, just up a couple months ago, you're pinning Alex Ocean at one of the biggest shows of the month. I mean, that's huge.
Yeah. Oh man, and I got to tell you, I didn't sleep for 3 days after that. It was achievement of my career so far. You know, definitely worked real hard for it. But I got to tell you, that was, you know, I was 110% prepared going into that match. I knew I was going to beat Alex that night. No one else thought I was, but I knew I had it. I knew I had it in me. So even though I was surprised that it actually happened, you know, there was a part of me that wasn't surprised, you know, because I've worked real hard for this, man, you know. And
no, you definitely did. You definitely have worked very hard for what you have right now.
Hard for this. I came in with the utmost confidence. I came in fully prepared, and you know, I got that win.
That you did.
I noticed when we had you guys had the TV tapings or the YouTube tapings on in November that we only seen you once in the Summer Glory Battle Royal, and we saw you in the back. You were warming up, and I told you, I go, he's a different breed because you're practicing in the corner throwing high knees. And I'm like, you don't see that in the back. You know, you don't see them going over matches with, you know, high knees. And you're just doing it up in the corner by yourself. You know, and that was in November. And like Joe said, now you're pinning Alex Ocean at Bash. You're taking Jackal to the limits in his match. You know, you're doing great things in this past year.
Yeah, you know, I try to bring something a little different to the table. You know, not a lot of people know this about me, but I do come from a martial arts background. I have a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, have a black belt in Taekwondo, have some Muay Thai experience, a little bit of mixed martial arts experience.
You want to get down here, pal? You knew I was going to do it once, right?
They just did a bare knuckle event over here at the Hard Rock, man. Damn. Those guys, now you want to talk about some tough motherfuckers, man.
Yeah.
Dude, Nelio was telling me the gentleman behind the scenes at CCW trying to control Vinicius over there, but Nelio was just telling me he did bare knuckle fighting, and man, that's some crazy shit.
Oh yeah, you know, I've been hit by Vinicius. I basically I woke up about 45 minutes later and I had to ask my wife in the back, hey, what happened? You know, I've been hit by Vinicius. It felt like getting hit by a truck.
Yeah. Hey,
Anyway.
Slawson, I have a question. So
What?
your cousin is Miami Mike is in CCW. What have you noticed of Nick the Wrangler Turner over the past year? I know you followed some of his career. Obviously, you're cheering for your cousin, but you had to have seen this guy around, right?
Well, he didn't cheer that much for his cousin. His cousin never really wins, so.
Got some history with.
It's the effort that's important with me. Miami Mike has a little history with the Wrangler Nick Turner, but I feel like Miami Mike, I do know from being behind the scenes and kind of popping my head here and there at CCW that both of those guys kind of started at the same time. And I've heard my cousin say, this is dumb, I hate this. Anyway, Nick Turner is a great wrestler.
Thank you.
He started around the time Miami Mike, and Miami Mike had a match with him, and I think that was Miami Mike's first match that he felt like he really was a part of CCW because it was such a great match, and it was a match that meant something on that card. I feel like that was when CCW was coming up, and it's crazy that it's been a year, but it's a completely different look than what we had going at that Port St. Lucie show or Fort Pierce show. It was one of those, but
it was Fort Pierce.
It was Fort Pierce, and it was a great match, and it was a great start to what I feel like are two guys that are really coming into their own in CCW. But Nick has, from what I've seen Nick doing for a year, is actually making his own way and having a couple matches that you can tell, like Thrasher mentioned the match against Jackal. That one was really from being around training and seeing what the guys were doing at CCW around the time of that match. That was like a bunch of training coming together for Nick, and it was really interesting to see. Like, I mean, obviously Jackal is one of the best at CCW, and to see Nick come up to that level and have such a great match. Like, I was watching it up from the sound booth, and it was, dude, awesome. And it was great to see. And ever since then, I think the Ocean match was before that too, and that was one of the times that really popped out about Nick's matches. But yeah, from then on, it's just been he always does something new too. It's a different kind of match. You don't see the same thing. I think he gets to work a lot of different people too. Like you had that match with Agony. You've had a different, as far as the genres at CCW. I feel like you had a wide variety of guys to work with, and you've rose up to the challenge each time.
Yeah, hey man, I appreciate you saying that. And you know, it really all started with your cousin, Miami Mike, you know, and he's a guy I got a lot of respect for him, especially what he's done since then. He's improved a lot as well.
Well, now he's just a resident scumbag, so you know, who cares?
Hey, listen, somebody until you give me a reason not to respect you. That's the way I treat people.
There you go.
And
I think they bump shoulders, but they'll shake each other's hand, is what I've heard from Miami Mike. It's copacetic for right now.
Beer with the guy, why not? You know, he and I met in the ring. We had a good match. You know, we had, in my opinion, one of the better matches on the card that night. You know, and I think we surprised a lot of people. You know, but it, you know, and that was just the start of it. You know, that was the start of it for me here in CCW, because when I came here to get a piece of everybody. You know, I want to be one-on-one with each and every person on this roster, and I want to do it now. Like I said, I want to wrestle every week. You know, I don't believe in taking days off. I don't believe in resting. You know, if I get to wrestle tonight, tomorrow, the day after, let's do it. You know, I really do. I want a piece of everybody until they look at me like I'm one of the guys that, you know, has earned his.
Yeah,
absolutely. You know, right now I've started to build that foundation. You know, I've started to build that foundation with my matches so far. But you know what? I've had some good matches, and for me now, I need to start winning these matches. That's the next step. Having a great match is all fine and dandy, you know, but I want to win. You know, I'm here to win. I'm here to get a piece of everybody, top guys, middle guys, bottom guys. I want everyone. Period.
Where's the ceiling for Nick Turner in CCW?
The ceiling? Oh man, are you kidding me? Basically, I like to make my steps one at a time. Of course, I want to be the world champion, but first, I want to be the Southeastern champion. I want to be the Cruiserweight champion. I want to be a tag team champion. I want to get a little bit of everything along the way. I want to take my necessary steps on the way up. I don't want to just jump to the top. Listen, like I said, I got a lot of respect for people. Meaning, I know that these guys busted their asses to get where they're at. And I don't think that I'm in a position to just jump the line. I want to walk up that ladder. I'll take the time like they took it.
All right, then I have one follow-up question, Adam. I'll let Chris Thrasher go because I know he has a couple questions. You mentioned tag team title. Who would you, if you had choice to hand choose that partner, who would that be?
Ooh, now that's a fun question.
Might break a lot of hearts.
Listen, I've been in a few tag team matches but not very many. Not very many. Recently, I got a chance to tag team with Outlaw Luke Curtis. And that was a fun match. We challenged the South American Alliance. Of course, we came up short, but, you know, it was I felt like we meshed well. In the past, I've also tagged with Bugs Moran. I felt like he and I could do really well if we got a few more chances to tag together. But if I'm being honest, there's a guy who hasn't been in CCW very long, but some of the matches he's had are some of the best, in my opinion. And he and I have tagged together twice recently, and his name is Alan Martinez. Alan Martinez, some people call him S2S. He's from Chile. Very, very, very good cruiserweight. Very good wrestler. He and I have tagged together on a couple occasions, and we really took our opponents to. I think he and I could do a lot of stuff together as a team. And I think if we got another chance to challenge for those titles, I really think that we could win them.
You definitely have to work your way up through that ladder. And speaking of Chris Slawson's cousin, Miami Mike and Vic Arson are a stepping stone in that ladder. So that's the team that you're going to have to get past at some point. But now, like I said, I'm back fresh, so I'm kind of losing my feet here. Chris, please take it away for a minute. Make me shut up.
Well, first off, the only thing I can compare Nick Turner to is when he's talking about he wants to wrestle every day, every night, wants every belt, you know, and everything like that. He reminds me of Donald Cerrone. He's our Donald Cerrone of professional wrestling. That's just all that is.
I love that reference, Chris. I'm big MMA fan, big fan of Donald Cerrone, one of the most exciting fighters you've ever seen fight. One of the best. Hey, man, thank you. That's
No problem. And also, just let you know, I have a black belt as well. I got it from Walmart, and I specialize in pad thai.
oh. So wow, that's respectable, man. Sensei. Os.
My man said
you know,
pad thai. My man said pad thai.
I'm not pounding my chest or anything, but
Is that you? I heard from growing up and playing sports and stuff. I never heard that style of something.
it's the second cousin to the Krav Maga. So
Just a bit spicier.
Oh, crap.
It's got an undertone.
Why did I come back so soon? All right, back to
I was
seriousness.
holding that joke in for 3 minutes.
Back to seriousness. Chris, ask a real question, please.
Okay, so you said you have the BJJ background, the Taekwondo background, and we've seen it in your matches that you like to intermingle them into your wrestling ability and into your matches.
Yeah.
What do you prefer more? Would you prefer, if you weren't wrestling, preferring to train for UFC, or do you like still being in professional wrestling?
If I'm being honest, my true passion is in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. It's a black belt that takes, on average, 10 to 12 years to attain. Took me about 11, so right average. Some people it takes longer than that. It's really helped shape me into the person that I am, and before I started wrestling, that was what I was doing, brother. Was nothing but Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu training 5 days a week, which is just grueling, and so I mean that's where my real passion is, and that's one of the things that even though I like to be who I am. I like to wear my jeans. I like to wear my boots. I like to wear my hat. But that's that's all the more exciting when I start throwing flying triangles and flying arm bars on people, because you don't expect that from somebody like me. They might expect a Bronco Buster or a Luthez press or something like that. And hey, don't get me wrong, great offense, but I like to mix it up. I like to keep people guessing. You know what I mean? Hey, and that's why, you might see me throw a little tornado kick and kick somebody's head off, so.
Just make sure it looks good and connects. That's all you got to do.
Yeah, going back to your question, if it weren't wrestling, it would be jiu-jitsu. It would be Brazilian jiu-jitsu for sure, which I have competed in the past. It's a whole different animal. However, the reason I have come to wrestling and the reason I've decided to really devote my time and all this into wrestling is because, if I'm being honest, I enjoy it more. It's something that I've had a passion for and been a fan of for many years, almost 2 decades now. And to be a part of it is a dream come true, and so right now at this point in my life, that's where my head is at. And that's where my heart is at.
Oh, right on. So now you made mention that, this is your passion and everything like that. What is your opinion of the state of professional wrestling as of right now, and who have been your influences in getting into professional wrestling, and who do you try to idolize or mimic in the ring?
Ooh, all good questions. Well, as far as the state of pro wrestling right now, I mean, people love to play judge, and honestly, I feel like people love to hate more than they love to like it. You know what I mean? Which is, hey, to each his own, right? Honestly, this is why we call ourselves fans, brother. If you're a fan, you're a fan. And if you're not, you're not. So it's like, I like watching wrestling. I've always liked watching wrestling. Of course, I have my preferences. My preference right now is I like to watch NXT. NXT is the show that I like to watch, which goes into your next question. Who do I like to kind of, emulate or, sort of add their little tastes and touches into my matches. I think I
already know who it is.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be Kyle O'Reilly, Bobby Fish.
Thank you. Kyle O'Reilly, Kushi, Bobby Fish, guys like Karrion Kross, And you know, honestly, one of my favorite guys on the roster right now is Finn Balor. The way that he's evolved his style over the last couple of years has been super exciting since he went back to NXT. I mean,
What about Timothy Thatcher or someone like that?
Tim Thatcher, another great example. Another great example. The matches he had with guys like Matt Riddle and stuff on NXT were just amazing. You know. So I mean, but why? Because those guys are fighting. Those guys are out there fighting each other. You know what I mean? Like, sure, they throw in their, you know, they throw in their tastes and they throw in their moves and they throw in their signatures and finishers and all that shit. But they're fighting each other, man. And you can feel it. You can hear it. You can see the sweat flying. There's just something so real about that, you know? Mm-hmm. Something so real as compared to what you would see 6 years ago, 8 years ago, all that, you know, during the PG era. Honestly, I love it. I love it. You also see a lot of that on, you know, AEW, you know, which I don't watch enough, but still great stuff happening over there too, you know?
So I'll get the question out of the way. Or usually this question ends the show, but I'll get it out of the way. Equal contract, equal dates, equal money. AEW, WWE. Who do you pick up?
Oof. WWE. If I had to flip a coin and choose, man, yeah, I go with WWE.
I find it funny, and this isn't a bad thing. This isn't a shot at anybody. You ask a random fan that question, and they say AEW all the way. It's the new flavor of the month this month. You ask a person who's been in this business, who loves his business to the core, everybody has always said WWE, except for, I believe, Jake St. Patrick. Jake St. Patrick was the only one who's, no, it was Sebastian Cage. He said longevity. He didn't give an answer. He just said, I'm going with longevity. And it kind of threw a curveball. It's like, wait, who are you talking? But
yeah, because Joe took it one way. I took it a different way.
Yeah. I took it as in longevity, as WWE is longevity. They've been around for the longest time. They've been around forever. They're going to be there tomorrow. You know, they're not going anywhere. Chris took it as in longevity of career, which I don't understand because everybody drops everybody in AEW. Ask my boy Penta.
Hold on. So let's go deeper into this then, because I feel like we never really do. So you guys took it that way for longevity. This is something that maybe we don't follow up with enough. Nick, I'm going to ask you a couple different questions, but I can re-ask them whenever if I remember.
Sure.
You say WWE because of the things Joe said. I'm sorry if you didn't hear everything he said. I believe Jim Cornette was yelling in the background. We needed him to.
Yeah, he was out of control. He's such a cuck.
The second he hears AEW goes off. It's crazy. Stay away from his wife, though. But so do you pick WWE because that theory that Joe says is longevity? I mean, really, you can argue that all day, but they're not going to go anywhere for a very long time, pending ridiculous. But like, so longevity. There's also a huge difference between the way WWE handles their talent, but there's also been ways where they handle their talent where we've heard the bad stuff, but you also hear the good stuff. I mean, their facilities are top notch. They're taking care of their guys. When you look at cases like Christian Cage or what's that guy? Corey Graves. So like Concussion's kind of taking care of their guys and pulling them when they need to, and kind of taking that medical next step that wrestling really never did before. Are there specific things why you choose WWE over AEW? Because you mentioned there are similarities. I feel like NXT is its own animal, but between why is that? Why are the specifics? The way they treat people, the company's longevity, or like where does that come from?
Okay. So first of all, if I had to go to WWE, I'd be absolutely petrified of how I'd be treated, because it's no secret, it's a do what you're told environment, and even then, not everybody lasts, right? So it's a very, very intimidating place to be for some. So So to answer your question, first of all, yes, career longevity, brother, because take a look historically at what's happened to every other WWE competitor over the years. You know what I mean? They're no one's ever come close. No one's ever come close by any stretch of the imagination. Not ratings, production, overall quality, talent. You know, maybe talent can be comparable, but you know, even then, honestly, I love AEW. I love the idea of AEW. I love the wrestlers in AEW. I know people in AEW. However, can we be absolutely positively certain that AEW is going to be there 5 years from now? Because it wasn't there 5 years ago.
Yeah.
I mean, right now
You can't say that to a baby.
You're so
You
stupid. I
can't
hate
say
you.
that to a baby.
Oh God, go put your cowboy.
You're
hat back
dumb.
on.
You weren't here 5 years ago. Like, it's your fault.
So, anyways, so I actually like that point, though. I do like that point where you're saying AEW isn't a sort of like a proven product, I guess, if you will. So there's that, and there's I feel like there's other things, because I feel like what you grew up watching, because obviously that's another thing that people are discussing these days, is because our generation obviously didn't have anything like AEW. Our example, like what's our generation's example for any other company that pops up here and there, is always that the next WCW. It's literally gets compared to one other thing. So is that does that come into play at all with that decision, or is it just because obviously AEW's been on long enough now to kind of make
You're just
your
gonna
own
make
opinion.
this guy change his mind. Just like, all right,
Yeah,
fuck it, I'll go
what
AEW.
are you doing here? Like, I don't
What are
understand.
you doing, Slawson?
They're giving him great examples for both. Like, it's like, well, now I just want to sign a contract with both. Like,
long questions, big words to back me into a corner to be like, hey, you're fucking wrong. But
Yeah, that's what you're doing.
But that wasn't my angle, because I wouldn't.
they have great training facilities in Orlando, but they treat you horrible. You're going to work 322 days a year. You're going to see your wife maybe 6 times. Like, it's great though.
oh, bro, my wife with me the whole step.
Oh, and also, I'm sorry. Congratulations on your wedding, sir. By the way,
Yes.
congratulations on your wedding.
Just me and her every step of the way. If I had to travel 322 days a year, she would do it, man. Honestly, that's my queen right there. She's a trooper.
That's awesome.
That's what I call
man.
Joe. I call Joe my queen.
She is amazing. Knowing Paula behind the scenes, she is an amazing person. You guys getting married was absolutely amazing, and we are all very happy for you.
She's the only person on the roster works harder than any one of the wrestlers.
Yeah,
Chris Slawson, give me some bubble popping noise.
A little bit of the bubbly pop. Is that what you're talking
Pop,
about?
pop.
I don't know what you're saying. Sure, I can put that in there.
There you go.
So, now, how would Nick Turner, the Wrangler Nick Turner, feel about wrestling? And I don't know, because Joe always goes AEW or WWE.
Sure.
You know, and what Joe fails to realize is there are other companies out there.
What are you trying to do? Make him change his mind?
No. Because Joe asks those questions all the time. But me personally, I can see the Wrangler wrestling in MLW, especially tagging with like Filthy Tom Lawler.
I like Tom. I liked Tom as an MMA fighter. Very interesting to watch, and even more fun as a wrestler. Very nice.
I could see you wrestling in NWA Strong, or New Japan Strong or NWA Power.
Yeah, I was like, what 2 shows did you just put together with NWA and
or Rev Pro? Yeah, British Strong Style too.
Yeah.
Hey, man, honestly, I'm interested in that. I like those options, but if I'm being honest, I like to take things kind of one day at a time. Again, I like to stay busy, and I haven't quite gotten where I want to go here in CCW. So honestly, right now, even if I were given those opportunities, I might have to turn them down. I want to get in the ring with guys like Agony so that I can avenge that loss. I know I can beat him.
Oh, he's a piece of shit. He's on my shit list.
I want to get Bill Austin, that loss. I want to get I mean, shit, I can just sit here and list my losses. You know, there's guys I haven't been in the ring with yet, you know? So basically, as interesting as all of those sound, you know, again, that's a little further on down the road. You know, right now I still got work to do here. Still got a lot of work.
Who's next for Nick Turner?
Oh, whoever steps in the ring, partner.
Okay.
Whoever walks in.
All right, who's on Nick Turner's Wrangler list?
It's Chris Farrow this Friday, right?
That is this Friday. This Friday at American Made.
Is that for the Cruiserweight title?
Yes, sir, it is. And let me just point out that the Wrangler Nick Turner is the largest cruiserweight on the roster. I mean, I am barely under that cruiserweight limit.
Well, so, yes, sir, you have a microphone and a camera on you. Please cut yourself a promo.
Oh, well, it's as simple as this. Chris Farrow, I fully intend to take advantage of my size advantage over you. I'm going to absolutely dominate. You know, I respect the cruiserweight style you have, the flips, the moonsaults, the 450s, all that good stuff. Hey, very fun to watch, partner, but I've been keeping my eye on you, so I know where the weaknesses are, and I fully intend to exploit them. I may not have the same style. I may not have what a lot of people view as a cruiserweight style, but I have been keeping my eye on him, and that's it. That's it.
So this Friday, we're going to have a new belt. We're going to have a new champion holding the belt.
I mean, it's the Wrangler Nick Turner at American Made. I mean,
he doesn't come out to American Males, I'm going to be very pissed off.
Guess who does the music? Guess Nick. American Males.
American Males. American Males.
I fully intend on seeing Mr. Nick Turner holding that CCW Cruiserweight Championship this Friday, heading in to Bash at the Brew number 6 this Saturday, July 3rd at Unbranded Brewery.
Yes, that is absolutely what you will be seeing, partner, because this Friday, give it all I got. I'm going to go out there and I'm going to win that title.
I heard Miami Mike's weighing in at 199. You might need to watch your back.
Miami Mike's cutting down. He's cutting down. He's been
Ow. Hell, that happened.
He's mini Matt Justice.
He switched from regular Bush beer to Bush Light, and he feels like he's shaved off the pounds. It's been a little bit hotter in the swamp too, so he's sweating a lot.
What do you shave his hair and his beard off?
No, man, that stays. That'll be the only thing that stays if he lose all his weight, but the beard and the hair will be there forever.
I mean, Bush lattes will do that to you.
Sounds to me like that's the only way he'd ever weigh under 200 pounds is to shave that mop off.
And he says palm trees might be there for a while. Drinks are there for a little bit, but that beard and that hair is forever.
That's in the Bible. That's in the Bible.
Well, Nick Turner, you know, I want you to go ahead and take advantage of this time and let everybody know who Nick Turner is and why they should be on the lookout for the Wrangler.
I mean, if you like watching exciting matches, then you need to watch Nick Turner. It's really as simple as that, Joe. It's really as simple as that. I mean, if you're a wrestling fan, if you like watching exciting matches and you like seeing somebody's head get kicked the F off, then you need to be watching the Wrangler Nick Turner. It's really as simple as that. I'm here to win. I'm here to compete against everybody. That's it. I mean, got a lot of respect for these guys, man. I got a lot of respect, which is why I came here from Texas, because this is the roster I want to be on. Studied this roster before I came here, watched the shows, sat front row for many of these shows so I could see them firsthand before I got in the ring with them. In fact, you can watch a lot of these episodes of CCW Alive, and on some of these older shows, guess who you're going to see front row? You're going to see me there in the front row watching all these guys compete. I've been studying up, man. And that's it, man. Because I work my ass off, because I'm wrestling all the time, because I'm training all the time, I am ever improving. I'll be better next week than I am this week. I'll be better the week after that. And I'm only going to keep improving until I start putting gold on my shoulder, brother.
That's it, baby. That's
Joe,
it.
Joe, what's my life motto?
Saying something stupid?
No, what's my life motto?
1% better.
1% better every day.
If you live 1% better, if you hold that door for somebody, if you pick up the dog poop, if you wipe your ass a little better, you are being 1% better every day.
You know what, man? That's a great piece of advice. And as silly as it sounds, that's a great piece of advice, man. Honestly,
Miami Mike is taking that backwards. He's getting 1% less better every day.
1%. He gets 1% angrier as the day goes on.
The one thing I do have to say about Nick when he was talking about his last little bit, and he said, "Oh, watch out for the kick. He's going to kick someone's head." And who else would you rather see do that? Well, I mean, we saw Goldberg end the career of Bret Hart. So, like, I honestly thought you were shooting on a Goldberg promo, and I'm like, oh, okay.
I remember calling one of Wrangler's matches, and I kept selling the boots. I said, they're weighted. They're steel boots. There's something in them. They give the man power.
Why would I wear a pair of weighted boots? I got to run in those, partner.
Do you remember Eric Bischoff did that one time? He taped a metal plate to his karate shoe. And you remember that, Slawson? Yeah. And he kicked. It was Larry Sabisco, him versus Larry Sabisco. And he kicked Larry Sabisco out. Yeah.
Jeez. Nick doesn't need those. Nick Turner doesn't need that because Nick.
No, he doesn't. He's a man
with precision.
He'll kick off Miami Mike's head with no help.
He has, and he wasn't too happy.
Pure technique, buddy. Nothing but pure technique. That's all it is. You know why? I've thrown that kick 10,000 times.
And he's gonna throw 10,000 more straight to the top. And El Jefe Santos, you better be on the lookout, partner.
Damn right.
That's right, baby. Chris Slawson, you got anything else you want to add?
I have one more thing to add, and it was based off of that, and it's basically how Nick trains and what Nick's style is, and the fact that he's going against Chris Farrow on Friday, the fact that he's faced Agony, the fact that he's faced Jackal and everybody, it just shows you how important the in-ring work is to that guy and why he's going to keep climbing, because he can take his style and make it work against anybody and push them to the limits with anybody. And he's just going to get better because he watches, he learns, he takes that, and he clearly puts it in the ring and he kicks your head off, and he's just gets one step better every match. So
dude, not everybody can say they went up against all of American Horror Story and got a victory off of one of them. Usually it's all three of those guys beating the shit out of you. And Nick Turner can walk away saying he pinned Alex Ocean 1, 2, 3, shoulders on the mat, no feet on the ropes, no help from nobody. It was a clean finish. It was a beautiful match. I popped. I mean, that whole crowd came off their asses and were on their feet when Nick Turner rolled him up for that 1, 2, 3. It was out of nowhere. It was beautiful. Whoever Nick Turner, I don't know how you did it, but man, oh man, that was a great match.
Ruthless aggression.
Yeah. That's absolutely right. It was a great match. Honestly, it was just like I said before. I knew I was going to win that match, brother. I knew I was going to win it. I didn't know quite how. Honestly, I wanted to win it with that kick that I gave him. How he kicked out of that is it's a little shocking because most people don't.
Alex Ocean is a different breed, man. Different breed.
Hey, and I learned it that night. I've known him a little for a little while since before the match, and I got a chance to speak with him a few times, get to know him a little bit. But to step in the ring with him is just an entirely different experience, brother.
You have a lot of training under your belt. You have a lot of time left over your head. You aren't going anywhere for a very long time, and we expect to see you not only on YouTube, but to soon be gracing our televisions. And man, oh man, the world is not ready for the Wrangler, Nick Turner.
No, they're not, brother. No, they're not. They've seen a lot of cowboys come through over the years, which I kind of like the fact that they're going to expect to see all that, what do you call it, cowboy shit. But I intend to bring entirely different brand of cowboy shit, something they've never seen before. So be on the lookout for that.
And that's all wrestling is, man. Being original. You've seen it 1,000 times. They try and remake factions. They try and remake wrestlers to old things. They reuse storyline. We need something new and fresh. And if you can bring that cowboy shit that with a different aura around it and something completely different, that's gonna pull people's eyes to the television.
Damn straight, brother. Damn straight, you know.
Yes,
So
sir, yes, sir.
Bastardly Bart Gunn.
Thrash. Wow, Bart Gunn. Is that the guy that got beat up by Butterbean
Yes.
in about 50? Who got in trouble for winning a tournament?
no shame in that. Butterbean can just
Yeah,
fucking
Butterbean can kill somebody.
Dude, did you guys watch that Dark Side of the Ring?
I mean, I watched.
He was being punished for winning the tournament. That's what it was.
Dr. Death was supposed to win.
Well, Dr. Death was on his way down. I mean, you look at the guy there. You expected that guy to go up against Steve Austin? Ugh, not good for Steve Austin.
I don't think they thought somebody could punch harder than Dr. Death, and Bart Gunn kind of proved
It doesn't matter how hard somebody punches. If you get caught, you get caught.
Oh well, yeah. Well, that's what they get for fucking making them box. Jesus Christ.
That was the worst thing ever. I hated Vince Russo. Oh God. And I hate Chris Thrasher. Chris Thrasher, you got anything else you want to say?
You know, Chris Slawson is a really good podcaster. He asked a really good in-depth. I mean, this is his first show with us, like technically.
Um,
And he's trying to convince the guest to switch his answer. And
Well, no, not only that.
I'm pushing the guest. I'm pushing the guest to get the very most out of the guest that the guest wants to say. Whatever he wants to say.
I really like vanilla ice cream.
Shut
But,
up,
sir,
Jim.
have
He's
you
a
ever
mud
had
show
chocolate?
wrestler. He's a mud show wrestler. Shut up.
Go
Go ahead, Slawson. Go ahead. Keep going.
Yeah, no, it's okay. Jim interrupts me all the time.
Yeah, that's weird. He's probably telling you to get off his wife.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, this has been the Wrestling Paradox Podcast. I am Joseph, your host, the only face in the Paradox Podcast. Chris Thrasher thought he was the prettiest face in the business while I was gone. Not today, partner. That's right. I'm going to start stealing the words of our guest, Nick, the Wrangler Turner, stepped inside the Paradox tonight. We appreciate you so much, sir, from coming inside, from wrangling your cows and your saddles and your whatever else you got out there, and goats and chickens and shit. I'm sure. Do you live in Hialeah? I'm sure you have a chicken. You have
Yeah.
Fucking racist. Jesus. I was born and raised in Hialeah.
I bet you had a chicken, didn't you?
No. I was the only cock I needed.
Jesus. Ladies and
Look,
gentlemen,
I got another one if you want. Look. I got another one if you want.
Ladies and gentlemen, this has been the Wrestling Paradox Podcast. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight.
Actually looks like Amazing Red a little bit.
Nick Turner, thank you once again for stepping inside. It's been a long time waiting, and I plan on doing this ever again with you. I want you to come back in here after you win the Cruiserweight title and tell everybody why you were right and why you're right about the future, because I feel like Nick Turner has a very, very bright future in CCW. Chris Slawson, thank you for joining us tonight. You will be seeing Slawson's face a lot more. Unfortunately, I know everybody is not too excited about that, but I am. That's all that counts. And
they really like our shows.
Thank you, guys. Thank you for the invite. Been waiting for this opportunity for what feels like a fucking eternity. But
my apologies, sir. My apologies.
Apology necessary, brother.
No, he had to recover from the surgery.
It was perfect. Get that perfect facial hair down.
Thank you. That yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, they restructured his cheekbones.
Whatever they say. It was lockjaw. Don't tell nobody.
TMJ.
Hey, Chris, I do have one thing. Do you remember how to say something stupid?
Something stupid.